So you just got your first GoPro. Where do you go from here? Open your mouth. And then you can walk around with this in and Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sammy from Sammy-Jo, and today we're going to be talking about the first accessories that you're going to be wanting to buy for your GoPro to just get started. It's to start capturing a lot, and this is just the basics, my everyday, what I need for my GoPro. It can be confusing when you're starting out because there's like a million different things. So this is just going to be the basics that I think everyone needs when they first get their GoPro. So before we get started with the video, please make sure if you found this video helpful to leave a comment and a like and subscribe if you want to see more. And if you guys have any questions about accessories, leave them down in the comments below. Alright, let's get to it. So the first thing that you are going to need for your GoPro is an SD card. So if you guys don't know what an SD card is or where they are, so here is the battery, and your SD card is located right up here. It is basically where all your photos are stored, and you're going to need lots of these, especially if you have trouble like me emptying your cards out onto your computer. Okay, so this is what they look like. They're very tiny. It's this micro SD card, so you are going to want one of these with an adapter to get it onto your computer then. So for a GoPro, they condense your files really small to fit onto this little card, so you are going to want a very fast micro SD card, which can be kind of expensive. I think I just bought like a $50 one for something this tiny. It seems like a lot, but it makes like shooting a lot smoother, so it's worth the investment to at least have one of the really fast ones and then have a couple interchangeable. So this one is a SanDisk Extreme Plus 32 gigabyte, but I'll show you what GoPro recommends real quick. The SD card that GoPro recommends is a SanDisk Extreme V30 UHS-I, 128 gigabytes. Now that one was only 30 gigabytes. That's just a little one I have, but the more gigabytes you have, the more footage you can shoot, so it's always best to get as much storage as you can. So you're definitely going to need at least one to start shooting with your GoPro, but I highly recommend having a couple on board, because if you're out somewhere and you're shooting and you run out of space, that really sucks. So it's always good to have an extra one and then empty them out onto your computer. Okay, so the next thing you're gonna want is either extra batteries or an extra battery pack. So GoPros are notorious for their short battery life, so it's always good to have an extra. What has been a lifesaver for me is this dual battery charger. So you put both, it charges 2 batteries at a time. You put them both in here, one in here and then the other in here, and you just plug in and it charges both of them overnight. So this is nice if you're like on a trip and you want to charge overnight and you don't have to get up in the middle of the night to switch the battery out to charge. So this is great for that. I've been loving this a lot. The second thing to do, I usually do this when I'm out shooting. In case I run out of battery, I bring with a extra battery charging thing. This is like one for your phone, but you can use it for your GoPro too, and just plug the GoPro cord into here and charge it and put it in your bag while you're out doing stuff, and then you can bring it back out to start shooting again. So this is great for like the night before, getting ready for going out to shoot, and this is great if you run out of battery and you need to charge up really quick. Now, if you notice with GoPros, when people are shooting with them, they very rarely are just shooting like this and holding this. They always have something holding on to it. So we're gonna get into mounts and grips here. So if I had to narrow it down to like 2 or 3 of them, there's so many different grips and so many different like selfie sticks that you can have, but there's a couple that really stand out to me that I think that I would get before I would get any others. So the very first grip I would get is this 3-way mount. Now this is a knockoff brand, but I had the GoPro version for a while and it lasted like forever until I finally killed it a little bit ago, and I'm gonna get a new one soon. But this is just an off brand. It's called Air On, but GoPro, I will say this is definitely cheaper made than the GoPro one. GoPro sells their own, and I highly recommend getting that one. Put it on for you guys so you can see how it works. Okay, so this is the 3-way mount all set up. So you'll notice a couple things about it. First of all, it's just a grip. So it's not like a long selfie stick, it's just a grip that you can kind of like hold on to. It's nice and sturdy, you can go hiking with it, it's great. I love it. I most of the time use it this way. But say you go on a cool shot that's farther away, you can only grip it like this with a regular grip. But with this grip, you can open it up and you can like position it in different ways to angle it, right? So I usually will angle it kind of like this, and it'll be something like this, where I have it, yeah, like this. And where we're posing for a picture real quick, or you want to get something cool behind you, I'll also do it like the reverse way if I want to get closer to the ground. Kind of like this, and I'll lower it. This is really handy for getting a wide variety of shots. So it also comes with a little tripod under here, and you can screw it back into the bottom, and then you can open the legs up, and it is like a mini tripod, which is really cool. And you can just set this on the ground, and if you want to walk away to get a shot, that's pretty cool. It also, you can take this, pull it out, attach your GoPro. So you can also take this, attach it down here, take your little screw, okay, and then once you have that, it has its own little personal tripod that you can send anywhere else. So by far, this grip is my #1 choice when you're just starting out and you want a grip or a selfie stick of some sort. This thing will save your life, and you can do so much with it. It's so versatile, so definitely #1 to get. The next accessory setup we're going to talk about is some waterproof gear, because I feel like a lot of people, the reason they get the GoPro is they want to get some cool footage when they're out at the pool during the summer or on a vacation, and they want it to be rugged and get wet. So this stuff definitely comes in handy for most people. So the first thing that you're going to want for water is to get a little life jacket for it. This is a little floaty that goes onto one of the back doors. So what you do with your GoPro is you take the bottom out here and you just pull. If you get a certain angle, it'll come out right away without breaking it. And then you do the same thing with this. This isn't going to be the prettiest way of doing it, but there, it's in. So you do that, and then you clip on the back here. And now it is waterproof. Well, not waterproof, but float proof if you lose it. I met some people cliff diving during the summer up in Vermont, and they lost their GoPro because they didn't have any floaties on it. And I felt very sad for them. They actually found it when they went diving then too, so good for them. But like, you don't want to be in that situation where you lose it, because if you're jumping into water, you know, you never know what'll happen. So you might as well have some protection for it. And then what I usually do is I attach it to another grip that is a floaty mount. So this is the GoPro floaty mount, which is great. So sometimes you don't even need this if you're not doing anything extreme. I attach this if I go cliff jumping, just in case it would break off from this, which it never has, but it could. So I like the double protection. So with this, usually I'll have the floaty off, and I'll just like be swimming and let it float right next to me. And with the hand grip right here, kind of just let it, it almost helps keep me afloat when I'm like swimming in the deep section, which is great too. So this is a great little setup for when you're swimming and stuff. So, but you can also use this for other things, like just as a regular grip and taking it with you and stuff. I do that all the time too. So one of the other things I'm going to put in my beginner guide here is the mouth mount. So the mouth mount is actually on this. You see this right here? This is a little grip for your mouth right here. We'll do a little close-up. So what you do, this slides right on to the GoPro grip. All you have to do is lift this thing up, pinch the ends, and it comes right off. So which is cool about this is you don't have to screw anything on and off, and you can just like slip it off if you want to get a different shot. And so what you do, here's a little close-up of it. So this is the mouth mount. So your mouth goes right here. So what you do is just open your mouth, and then you can walk around with this in, and this is really cool for point of view shots, and I love these. I did a bunch of them this summer, and this is a new purchase for me. I've only had this for about 2 months, and it's like easily now one of my most used accessories for this camera. So especially if you got your hands full, if you're doing stuff and you want to capture like you getting ready to go do something, just put it in, do your thing, and yeah. So I highly recommend getting the mouth mount. You can get a lot of cool shots with it. Now with this mount comes other mounts. These are pretty basic. They are just, here are a couple that I have on a board right here. So this is kind of like the mouth mount that I just showed you. Kind of, this part goes onto your GoPro, and then you stick this part. It's just like a mount that can go on anything. It's sticky and it's like really durable. So I've got one that has gone on my water skis and like hasn't gone off even going that fast with water hitting it. So you can stick these like anywhere that you want. You can stick it on a helmet, you can stick it on your car, if you don't mind it staying there for a long time. You can stick it on a skateboard, you can stick it anywhere. And then so if you want a shot of where something is locked down onto something and won't move, this is what you want to do. So this is good for fast sports that you're not going to be adjusting it a whole lot and you just want it there when you can't really be controlling it. So these can be really fun and you can use them everywhere. So I highly recommend getting a couple of these. I think when you buy your GoPro they send you a couple to begin with, and they're really cheap online. You can get them everywhere. So the last thing on my beginner's guide is another grip. This is a Gorilla Grip. So this is cool because you can just hold it like a regular grip. It's a little big, but then you can turn it into a tripod. You can wrap it around anything, like, so here it is wrapped around my arm. Pretty cool, huh? So we could attach my GoPro on to my arm. So you can do this with like a railing, a banister, just weird spots where you wouldn't be able to normally mount something. This is very useful for. So I don't always use it, but when I do, it comes in handy in the most unique ways. So I highly recommend getting a Gorilla Grip as well. So that is it for my GoPro accessories beginner guide. For me, I believe those are all the accessories I would need when I was first starting out, except for the exception of the grips. I would start out with just one and then add on more. And again, I highly recommend the 3-way grip. It's a great way to start out. I used it for like the first year or two that I had my GoPro, and I got some really cool shots with it. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you're a new GoPro user, comment down below, let me know how you're liking it so far, if you have any questions, and you should totally subscribe to this channel because I've been making so many cool GoPro tutorials to try and help you guys learn as much as you can. And if you have questions, let me know. I'm looking for ideas for new videos, so please let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want to continue watching, I will link my GoPro playlist either over here or down in the description or over here. Not sure where it's gonna be, but I've got plenty of tutorials, so go check them out. So alright, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!